Yo, what is going on today, guys? So, you haven't seen it yet, but as I'm making this video, I already have a video recorded of all the worst Pokemon currently from the Genetic Apex Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo packs of all types. And now I'm going to be doing the best Pokemon, but because the best Pokemon are so obvious, because obviously all the EX Pokemon are basically the best. What I chose to do is I chose to have one EX and then one regular Pokemon, non-EX obviously, from each type as the best. And yeah, I'm just gonna basically showcase what I think is the best and give my explanations and reasoning. I want to make this video before the new pack comes out because then I gotta make way for the new pack. But anyways, yeah. So for grass types, obviously Executor EX is the best. It is 1 energy for a potential 80 damage, 160 HP. The only bad thing about Executor is literally the retreat cost, and it's a grass type, so you can play Erica. The reason it's not Venusaur just takes too long to set up, and then sometimes like by the time Venusaur is set up, the opponent already has like a winning scenario where you can't even beat them anyways. So that's why I chose Executor. Executor is just overall better. He's the reason, honestly, like all the grass decks really work. Because without Executor EX, Venusaur would not be as strong as he is. So that's my choice for the best EX grass type. Moving on to the non-EX Pokemon for grass type, I chose Butterfree. Looking at all of this list, I mean, regular Venusaur, it's just a little bit worse than Venusaur EX. I mean, regular Executor is not bad either, but there's not really, I mean, Lilligant's cool, but like functionality wise, I mean, Vileplume's also kind of decent because sleep. But I feel like overall, Butterfree is just the most consistent non-EX grass type that can actually work in multiple decks. Like I see him in Wigglytuff EX. I see him like along with Executor EX. The ability to heal 20 damage a turn is really good. And then obviously, as you saw real quick, let me just move to the. I mean, it's not much to say, bro. Butterfree, like the healing is just really nice on it. And you already suck. I clicked on the wrong tab, but obviously the best fire type EX actually is Moltres. And the reason Charizard or Arcanine EX is not in this position is because without Moltres EX, those decks would not nearly be as good. The ability to stack energy on them really fast with Moltres EX is the reason those decks are even viable, especially Charizard, which is why Moltres is, for me, is the best EX. And the non-EX fire type is Ninetales. You could argue that regular Charizard is still probably better than Ninetales, but Ninetales is 2 energy. Combination of Blaine is 120 damage. We already know how good the 120 damage is. One shots Pikachu EX, etc. Bruh. Not much to say. Ninetales is just super strong with Blaine, and even just the 90 damage by itself is super strong. 2 shots almost every single thing in the game. So yeah, that is my pick for the best non-EX fire type. And then moving on to the water types, obviously it's going to be very obvious. Starmie EX. Starmie EX is just broken, bro. I mean, it's just almost, I want to say it's a better Pikachu EX. The only downside of Starmie EX is literally that it's weak to electric, and Pikachu EX exists. Because 130 HP, unless they have a Giovanni, they can't one shot you for the nice 120 damage. There's 90 damage, 2 energy, same thing as Pikachu EX, but it doesn't need all the Pokemon in the back row. And it doesn't even have a retreat cost. The only downside is literally the weakness to electric. And yeah. So for the non-EX water type, I was like kind of like stumped. I actually have 2. This is the only category I have 2 non-EX Pokemon. Because one, Golduck for 2 energy for 70 energy is really good. And then the other pick is Greninja, which is splashable in many decks. They both are really good, and I'm honestly like, you could pick either one of these. They do basically, I mean, Greninja technically does more damage, but it's a stage 3 because it has like the 20 plus the 60 would be 80. Where Golduck only does 70. But the thing about Golduck is side deck is actually really good to lock your opponent early game from using Professor Research if you go second. So I feel like they're just both really good, and that's why I kind of chose both of them as honorable mentions for the best non-EX type. And then moving on to electric types, I mean, very easy, bro. Pikachu EX dominates the format. There's not much to say, bro. 90 damage instantly to energy. Combination Zapdos EX, Zapdos, Zebstrika, Electrode, Raichu, broken. And actually, speaking of Raichu, I think Raichu probably is the best non-EX electric type. I mean, if we look at this other chart, there are some really good ones. Like regular Zapdos is not bad. I wouldn't say it's better than Thing. Jolteon's actually really good, but it is a coin flip. Electrode's really good because of the free retreat cost. Magneton's decent, bro. It's really just mainly paired of Raichu. But I mean, Zebstrika is good, and so is Pachurn. But I just think Raichu, just the combination with Lieutenant Surge, you just be able to like one shot almost anything in the game. Basically, it's that really nice like cannon that Pikachu EX decks have when they need to just put them in and win the game. after already like killing things with Pikachu EX. So that's why I chose Raichu as the best non-EX electric type. And then moving on to psychic types, very easy, bro. I'm not even gonna fucking really talk about it that much. Mewtwo EX, the 150 loops with Gardevoir. Speaking of non-EX Gardevoir, not really much to say, man. Everybody knows how broken these cards are. For people who are never play Pokemon Pocket, basically Gardevoir lets you put a free psychic energy on your psychic type in the active spot. So combine that with the guaranteed energy you get per turn. Once you get 4 energy on Mewtwo and you have Gardevoir online, you just rapidly or repeatedly just do this 150 blast on everything your opponent has, and you just basically nuke almost every single Pokemon in the game with it. And moving on to ground types, we have Marowak EX. Marowak EX, like you could low-key also say Machamp EX might be slightly better than Marowak, but Marowak has 2 energy, it's only a stage 2, and it has the possibility to do 160 damage, which literally one-shots almost 99% of things in the game. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. I mean, it's literally if you have the best luck in the game, Marowak EX is literally the best EX in the game. Obviously it's a coin flip, so you don't consistently get the 160 damage, but you could literally just rob games because of Marowak EX where you honestly shouldn't have won. That's why I chose it for the best ground type EX, or fighting type EX actually, because you know ground types are fighting types. And for the non-EX, I chose Primate because doing 100 damage combined with the new Mankey from the first promo thing is just really good. I mean, it's really strong. I mean, if we look at the other fighting types, I mean, regular Machamp is decent. Actually, Dugtrio is very, very, very annoying. I have the worst luck when it comes to fighting Dugtrios. Hitmonlee is decent. Kabutops is really good. But I just think Primate doing the 100 damage is really good because it does one-shot stuff like Pikachu EX because of the weakness to fighting. And obviously Pikachu EX is the second best deck in the game. A lot of people are running it. And not only that, I mean, 100 damage is just super strong. I mean, it 2-shots everything in the game. He is weak because you are going to have like 10 damage on him, bro, from Mankey's thing. And obviously you need the like damage on him to do the 100, but he just nukes things, bro. So it's like a trade-off for the low HP, but he's a glass cannon. Anyways, for the dark types, because there is no dark type EX, I actually chose 2 dark types. Very common. Weezing is splashable in literally almost every single deck in the game. And then if you're talking about just an actual good dark type is Arbok. Arbok just locks your opponent down, makes it so they can't switch in. And yeah, those are the dark types. I mean, not really much to say. Everybody should really know what they do at this point. Weezing poisons does decent damage overall. Then Koga swap out. Arbok locks your opponent in so they can't swap to something. You can cheese games because of it. Combination with like Sabrina or a Pidgeotto. Then for metal types, we only have 1 metal types. Like I could have done 2 for metal also, but Melmetal is the only really good one. The other ones are kind of just there if you want to run a full metal deck. And then we have Dragonite, obviously, for the best dragon type, because Dragonite is the only dragon type in the game. He's also the worst dragon type because he's also the only dragon type in the game. And then for normal, it's pretty obvious. Wigglytuff EX. It is like the only normal type EX, but even if it wasn't, it's super good. 80 damage through your energy, 140 HP, puts your opponent to sleep possibly. Very toxic, very annoying to play against. And for the regular, obviously, we have Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is a tank at 100 HP. He has the possibility to do 60 damage for 1 energy. It is a coin flip, so sometimes you do 30, sometimes you do 0. But Kangaskhan is a card that is splashable in any deck that needs a tank that actually also needs to do damage at the same time. The only downside of Kangaskhan is that his retreat cost is 3, so most of the times you are not switching him out. But if you have 2 X speeds, there always is the chance that you do switch him out and then you can win games like that. But he's mainly there just to be a wall, do as much damage as he can before he dies. And yeah, so that is all my best card. Like I think those are the best cards for each type in the game, all EX and non-EX Pokemon. By seeing this, the worst Pokemon should already be out. And when the new packs come out and we have like a list like this of all the new cards, I'll probably make one for the new pack also, like my first impressions. And if you guys disagree with me, let me know in the comments, and peace out and have a nice day.